There's only one way you can cap off a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad week at the G7 if you're President Biden. This is some of the most brutal coverage I've seen in a while. And we've been told that, internationally speaking, the world is happy with the United States again. But check out this report from Sky News, one of the major broadcasters in Australia, and how they took some of the different interactions that Joe Biden had with the press at the G7.
Well, as you know, the G7 in Cornwall, Joe Biden's first major summit as US president, has meant also that he's had an audience with the Queen at Windsor Castle. The questions have been raised about his mental acuity after a series of embarrassing gaffes, including this bizarre response to a reporter at his press conference yesterday.
Watch this.
When you're having these conversations with European allies who are very concerned about these sanctions, how do you justify that? And what are your plans?
120 days. Give me a break. Need time.
Oh, he's been president for 145 days, not 120.
Oh, my goodness. How brutal is that? She says he's not even right about how many days he's been president. That was a weird moment from Joe Biden, but only one of many. And we've been told that Western European countries are thrilled again with America. And I tweeted this out because I thought this chart was just absolutely hilarious. It's almost as if there's some partisanship going on here. This was European confidence in the president during Bush. The peak here, you see, the only place where it's kind of not flatlined for the Republicans is 9/11. That's 9/11-2001. And then it goes back downhill. When Obama became president, boom, through the roof. They are happy again. Trump, down in the gutter once again. And now Biden, everything is back up into the 70s, though not where it was under President Obama. And even with that considered, some of this coverage was brutal. Biden confused a bunch of things this week, including Syria and Libya. In this clip right here, you'll see him screw that up in The Independent in the UK. A left-leaning outlet, an all-the-way left-leaning outlet, pointed it out.
We could work together with Russia. For example, in Libya, we should be opening up the passes to be able to go through
Syria.
And provide food assistance and vital assistance to a population that's in real trouble. I think I'm going to try very much hard to. It is. And by the way, there's places where I shouldn't be starting off and negotiating in public here, but let me say it this way.
Oh my!
Russia has engaged in activities which we believe are contrary to international norms, but they have also bitten off some real problems they're going to have trouble chewing on. And for example, the rebuilding of Syria, of Libya, this is.
So he mixed it up a couple of times, and this is, again, a left-leaning outlet, a far-left outlet, Independent in the UK, pointing out stammering Biden confuses Syria and Libya. They even said stammering. Then Joe Biden gets lost in a cafeteria during the G7 and causes diners to laugh. This going viral all over the place. This is from a Russian news outlet where they caught the clip. Here's Biden.
How are your meetings going in Cornwall, Mr. President? How are your meetings going here in Cornwall?
Very well.
Come on.
Here comes his wife. The first lady has to grab him and usher him out of there.
They always do.
Super weird. And the hits just keep on coming. The G7 was full of weird activities, including, this started at the NATO summit where Biden was over 2 hours late. Eventually, 2.5 hours later, he finally showed up. He called on a few reporters from a prepared list of names. We'll get into that list of names in just a second. The people who are watching that stream, not big fans. The comments were turned off, as they have been on most White House things. 331 likes, 2,300 dislikes, and 80 million votes. So this stream didn't go all that well. You can see here he's definitely on the receiving end of a downvote brigade there. Biden is chronically late. This is nothing new. The Associated Press covered this a long time ago, and they say Joe Biden was late again. On a recent Friday, he apologized for a delayed start to his speech, then taking more questions than expected at a subsequent press conference. When it was finally over, he sped away quickly enough to leave one of the journalists that was traveling with them. This happens all the time where Joe Biden is late, and he was 2.5 hours late for this NATO meeting. The media is also complaining about limited access on Biden's first overseas trip. They're saying he's tired all the time, that he's moving slower than some of the other world leaders. And then once again, he did this thing where he's going to get in trouble, right? He has to do it the way somebody says, or he's going to get in trouble. Here's Biden.
Thank you all very, very much. I agree. Thank you.
The European allies. Can I ask a question about the European allies?
I'm going to get in trouble with my staff. Yeah, go ahead, but I pretend that you didn't answer you.
Thank you very much, sir.
How weird is that? I'm going to get in trouble, but pretend I didn't do this. And then finally, you've got Joe Biden when he was with Boris Johnson. Screw you, insider. I'm not becoming an insider. And when he was with Boris Johnson, he corrected Boris Johnson, saying you didn't introduce the leader of South Africa when he had done it, and a bunch of the other leaders started to kind of giggle at this, laughing at the fact that they repeated themselves. It's not been a great G7 for President Biden, and some of these moments are more brutal than the others, but just to replay it, because this dug in from Sky News Australia.
As you know, the G7 in Cornwall, Joe Biden's first major summit as US president, has meant also that he's had an audience with the Queen at Windsor Castle. The questions have been raised about his mental acuity after a series of embarrassing gaffes, including this bizarre response to a reporter at his press conference yesterday.
When you're having these conversations with European allies who are very concerned about these sanctions, how do you justify that? And what are your plans?
120 days. Give me a break.
How weird is that? 120 days. Give me a break.
Need time.
Need time.
Oh, he's been president for 145 days, not 120.
Wow, man, that's something else. What do you think about Joe Biden's trip to Europe, his first international trip to the G7? Do you think he's doing a great job? Do you think that this is not a great look for the United States of America? Do you think that this is interesting that other countries, with Sky News in Australia at the forefront here, and also the Independent in the UK, are starting to point out that maybe this guy's not running at full speed here? What are your thoughts on all of this? Give me those thoughts in the comments. I'm going to read them and interact as always. And if you like this video, please hit that share button to spread the word. Over on Facebook, hit the follow button. If you follow at facebook.com/thenewsjunkie, you'll get a video just like this every single day. So do that now. Hit follow so you can get all these updates. Subscribe over on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again real soon.